friends, is where you find yourself on this Wednesday, the 12th of April.
And midweek moment it is. This weekend, my family and I went on a little road trip, which we love doing. We are a road trip family. We love doing road trips and actually any kind of holidays. Well, we didn't do a very long or lengthy one. We went out to the garden, it was just a couple of hours, like 4 to 5 hours. And it's just something that kind of always gets me whenever we're on road trips. And especially when we do the lengthy ones, like, you drive to Durban, you're driving for years and years and years because that's how far it is. But a lot of times when you are traveling, on the road, you encounter various different people or different cars, and some people start off the journey with you as you're traveling, and others as you stop, and as people drive at different paces, you lose them and you find them again. And of course, as always, some turn off before you do, and some even travel further than your point as well. And like when it comes to the Durban very long road trip, a lot of times, you're like excited when you start off. You're like, oh, this is going to be so awesome. And you've got the end picture in mind of what you're going to do when you finally get there and all of that. But then, like, 18 hours goes on, and you're like, all you see is road. And you're like, okay, when are we there yet? Are we actually there yet? And you keep driving and you think, okay, I'm probably almost there. You look at your GPS and you're like, what? 20 more hours to go? Well, not really, but that's just how it feels. And as the deeper, the longer you go onto the road, it starts to get long and sometimes even lonely. And eventually you just start feeling like, it's a bit scary and you're all by yourself. And it actually reminds me a lot like life. A lot of times we all start, sometimes you have people on, starting with you at some point in your life. And as things goes on, you lose them, or they come back in your life, or you just never see them again. And you do end up in those moments in life where it just gets long and it gets scary, and sometimes even lonely as well. And it's at that point that I actually want to just remind you that when you are in the middle, in that long stretch on the road all by yourself, it's usually when that's the moment you always rely on your GPS, right? You turn to GPS to make sure you're on the right track, you're not going on the wrong road, you are following the right, you're going to still get to your right destination. But when it comes to life, we can also turn to GPS. We can turn to God's positioning system. And that's what we need to do. Without our GPS, when we're traveling on the road, we will get lost. Same way, without God in our life, without His positioning system, we too can get lost in life. And I mean, let's just face it, we don't want to do life alone and be lost, because just like a road traveled, it's scary to be alone, especially when you're in the middle. And the same goes for life as well. But God's word says in Isaiah 30 verse 21, whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it. And I want to leave you this morning with Psalm 32 verse 7. So while you are in this road, this journey on life, may you be encouraged by Psalm 32 verse 7, which says, you are my hiding place, you will protect me from trouble and surround me with songs of deliverance. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go, and I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. So as you continue on your journey of life, make sure Christ is directing you.